Welcome back to No Bias Hoops. Today we're talking about how the Boston Celtics are self-destructing. We knew that this was going to happen eventually. The Celtics are going to run into some financial problems, and the first trade was trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons straight up. And this deal is amazing for Boston. When I first saw it, I honestly was mad because I feel like Boston gets whatever they want. Why would Portland do this? Drew Holiday is 38, I believe, and he's going to retire in the next 1 to 2 seasons, very likely. And they trade Anthony Simons, who is 25, on a more long-term, cheaper contract, and has shown real good potential. And they give that to Boston. And it just does not make sense to me because Portland, with Drew Holiday, if Drew Holiday plays at his peak with Boston, they probably are a playoff team. Play-in team, like a low playoff team. But he probably isn't. He wasn't himself last year. He's getting up there in age, and if he plays remotely like that, then maybe it's a fine trade. But it's a win-now trade, and they're not ready to win. So I just really don't like it for Portland. And it sounds great for Boston, but the next trade is what gets me. I know Kristaps Porzingis has been extremely injury-prone. I know his contract is big. I know there's not much of a market for him right now. But you trade him for Georges Niang. That's it. It's almost unforgivable. This man won a championship with you and was a very key player on that team. And you trade him to Atlanta for Georges Niang. It's kind of crazy to me. And I know next year is going to be a down year. So it would make sense to offload these players now when you already know that you're not going to be great next year without Tatum. But this team is going to be extremely interesting. You're going to have Anthony Simons, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Georges Niang, and I don't even know who their center would be. Luke Cornett, maybe, but he's pretty old too. And with Peyton Pritchard off the bench. That is their best case scenario right now. But the next thing is that apparently they're in trade talks with the Lakers to trade Derek White. And if this is true, again, NBA media, NBA media, this could be like extremely far out there. But if it was true, the best offer would be Austin Reeves, Dalton Next, and a first-round pick. A 2031 first-round pick. That is the very best offer that LA can give. And if they got that, it just might be worth it. Because Dalton Next, he's young, he's really good shooting guard. Austin Reeves, playing great. But the issue is how good Derek White is. Derek White is that Swiss Army knife that any team would kill for. The only bench, not all-star players in the NBA that are even close to his level are like TJ McConnell, maybe like Keon Ellis, Peyton Pritchard, who's already on their team. But if they were going to trade Derek White to the Lakers of all teams, it doesn't make sense to me. Derek White's only 30, and without Drew Holiday, without Kristaps Porzingis, and without Jason Tatum for this season, he's going to be their second leading scorer, probably. And they're going to be able to get his value up so high that they could potentially trade him. Like, in my opinion, he's better than Desmond Bane. And you got 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane. So, I just don't see why trading him would make any sense right now. And they're self-destructing. Let's say Jason Tatum comes back. This is a bad injury. Let's say he comes back 80%. They're gonna be Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are gonna be approaching their 30s, maybe in their 30s by that time, and Derek White's gonna be older. They're gonna have pretty much Anthony Simons. They're gonna have to reset soon. And this season, trading Porzingis and Drew Holiday makes sense to me, but I can't see them fully getting rid of it. They need to still build a team around Jaylen Brown for next season. The East is wide open. they have a chance to go to the finals this year, because the only team that is still like fully intact is the Knicks. The Pacers, Halliburton's out for the season. The Bucks, Dame's out for the season. You have all this stuff going on with Giannis. The Magic, yeah, look pretty good, but they're really young. Going to the finals already would be pretty crazy, to be honest. And really, Jaylen Brown is that good. When Tatum's not playing, Jaylen Brown has been incredible. So I just don't get why you wouldn't build a team around Brown. And they're going to run into financial problems, but keeping Porzingis makes way more sense to me, because they really do not have a starting caliber center. The Lakers don't have that, so if they really are trying to trade Derek White to the Lakers, they're not going to be getting a center back. So if they're going to trade Derek White, it would make sense, but why not trade him to a team with a center? Like, I know the Jazz are far out, but if they could snag Walker Kessler, that would be a steal going forward. They could. There's a lot of teams that have centers they could definitely steal, like Dallas. They have Anthony Davis, but they also have Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. So why not try to trade him there and get centers? But it just does not make sense to me what they are fully doing. They're really mixing up the team, and it makes sense. This was going to happen. It had to happen. But I just don't like the trades they did, other than the Drew Holiday trade. Let me know what you think the Celtics should do, and I'll make another video when more things come out if Derek White gets traded. See you next time on No Bias Hoops.